Have you ever wanted to just buy the best a company can offer? Well, the Arc'teryx Alpha SV is the one you'd want to look at. Although it is basically overkill for 95% of the users, including myself. Stay tuned and find out. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. We'll start with a disclaimer. I don't actually need an Alpha SV. I only really purchased it which is the last hurrah to ePTFE before Goretex Pro membranes are all switched to EPE. I was also recommended by their own staff that I should get one of these before they become unavailable, just because EPE is not that great. So without further ado, let's dive right in into what makes the Alpha SV the iconic stormfortress. The Alpha SV is the top of the line Arc'teryx flagship hard shell. It features a 100 denier plain weave face, and then sandwiched in between that is the 3-layer Goretex Pro membrane, most rugged, which is also Goretex's top of the line ePTFE, which is supposed to be the most durable, most abrasive, but not the most breathable, but it should last a very, very long time. The features of the Alpha SV include 2 Velcro adjustment cuffs, 2 cohesive hemlock adjusters. There's a slightly tapered cut compared to some of the other shells. So the front is lower and the back is longer. This is to accommodate a climbing harness, as the Alpha line was always designed to be more of a mountaineering or climbing line compared to the Beta. So the Beta has a longer front and a longer back for more coverage, but this taper cut, we'll get into that later. There's an arm sleeve pocket for your ski passes, and right under here is the Rico reflector. 2 chest pockets that are pleated, one on each side, so you can see a little crease here. This is to help the pockets expand without creating much bulk and to keep the shell nicely in place. Also to note, the cohesive hemlock adjusters are basically slide proof, so it doesn't move around when you're wearing the harness. This chin guard here. Side we have 1 zipper pocket with the Alpha SV logo. Chest pocket, as always, is about this big. And on the other side, you have 1 dump pocket. It's a full helmet compatible hood with 3 adjustment points, much like most of the other more hardcore shells, SV shells. There's one in the center back of the hood, which tightens the crown. You have these 2 here, which helps compact the front. And you have one at the base of your neck, which compacts the hood this way down. So we have one that cinches the crown, this one on the back pulls it down, and this one in the front pulls it snug to your face for a nice personalized fit. Articulated patterning, as always, extremely well patterned. The sleeves seem to be a little longer than the Beta SV, probably because climbers have to reach this high, so when you can see for reaching up, lots of freedom of movement there. Regular fit, as most of their shells are, and that's about it for specs and features. What are some pros and cons of this piece? Well, it is the most rugged and most durable Goretex layer membrane. It has the highest denier face count, so it'll be extremely abrasive resistant. Another pro is the chest pockets here, which is great for putting on a pack. When you've got your backpack on, the Beta pockets are usually about here, and depending on how heavy your pack is and how it sits on your back, there's always a chance that it's not easy to access the pockets when they're over here. But with the Alpha line, the pockets are always easily accessible without having to faff around with the backpack straps. And finally, the last pro is this is the iconic Arc'teryx Shell, so it is the halo product in their lineup. It's their flagship. It's basically what Arc'teryx stands for from all the way back when it first founded. What are some cons of the piece? Well, it is very stiff. The fabric is very stiff. The 100 denier face is basically overkill for most, if not all users, except those hardcore climbers or mountaineers that are always constantly putting their jacket around rock surfaces. I feel like the Beta SV is the better all-rounder for most people. but it is not their flagship product, so it's got that going for it. Another con is the chest pockets are really hard to use for most people. If you're not really wearing this with a backpack on or with a harness on, these are basically useless. Because if you're walking around town or you're hiking up the woods and you want to just walk like with your hands in your pocket, well, you can't do that. Not unless you want to walk like someone wearing a straight jacket like this. And the last con is its price. It is the most expensive hard shell in Arc'teryx's lineup because it is their Halo product, so it's got that going for it as well. So, who is the Alpha SV jacket for? It is for the hardcore alpinist who climbs a lot, who needs to wear a harness so they can take a benefit to this tapered cut and the chest pocket. Or if you're in the market for a ski shell and you want the top of the line chest pocket, the sleeve pocket is great for sleeve passes to get on the RFID sensors. The recoil reflector will help for search and rescue should you need it, but you should always bring your avalanche beacon anyways, unless you're in bounds. And chances are, if you're on the hills, you might have a backpack of some sort or a small pack, and so the chest pockets are really nice to just put your stuff, your snacks, car keys. But other than that, the Beta SV would be the better choice for for basically everyone. So yeah, I really only got it because it's the last ePTFE shell, Goretex Pro shell that Arc'teryx will be offering when it is discontinued. What is different from the new version, which has the EPE Pro membrane, is that there are two internal dump pockets, one on each side. The recoil reflector has been moved to the hood, and although the EPE membrane should be lighter, the new Alpha SV with the EPE Pro is actually slightly heavier, probably because of the newer features involved with it. And the last reason I got one of these is because it comes in a lovely purple, which is my favorite color. So Arc'teryx, keep making purple. It's great. It's a great color for everyone. If you're in the market to buy a shell, so to sum things up, if you're in the market to buy a shell, top of the line, get one of these older ePTFE Alpha SVs. You can do it all out there in the mountains. It's not a great city coat. If you're looking to buy an all-rounder for everything, the Beta SV would be better for that. I hope this video was helpful for you to decide if the Alpha SV is right for you, and I hope to see you in the next video.